back to Forever Hardcore, 100% or nothing. Bodybuilding podcasts where we talk about some bodybuilding and some other stuff. This is episode one, again, times two, to the power of nine. Um, so yeah, by next week we'll have some numbers. We'll actually number them. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna upload this one. I'll count them back. Have a guess, Dan. How many do you think?
12.
What, as in videos or podcasts? Because we've
Well,
done some
podcasts,
training
I
stuff.
reckon.
Probably more than you think, actually.
Do you
I
reckon?
would say at least 25.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we are still
Fucking
pretty crap at this, but according to Chris Wills or Chris Wilson or Chris Wills, I can't remember his name now, the big podcast dude. He said until you get to 100, you haven't even started yet.
really.
So
I think
I might be quite old by the time we get to 100, so you can hang
yeah.
around, Dan, and make
Well, I
the
think Bash
millions.
Bros did 90.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you see that, if you just done another 10,
I'd just
you
done
would
10.
you,
I would
you
have.
would have been just behind Mr. Beast by now in finances wise. Because
I
we
was
were
all
just discussing
book.
Mr. Beast before we started, weren't we? Yeah. How
Yeah.
many subscribers did he have? Does he have?
65.5 million.
Yeah, he's getting really close to our whole subscriber count now.
Yeah.
We
Well,
better keep these weekly uploads
I
going.
still don't know who the fuck he is.
Well, he's got lots of subscribers, he gets lots of views, and he's very rich. So, and I
What
have
does that
seen
mean? What does that mean?
I have seen Mr. Beast chocolate in the petrol station. But you know, if you've
Really?
got a chocolate bar, you are famous.
But what does that mean? Is this like just a one-up from like the Kardashians, where you're famous? Like, what are you famous for? No one really
Well,
knows.
obviously, I have an 8-year-old daughter, so that's how I kind of know about Mr. Beast to a degree. So I haven't watched one of his videos, but I do know he's got a game show as well on
Okay.
Netflix. He's got a game show on Netflix, and he's given something like 5 million away. So I'm assuming he's doing all right from YouTube. Yeah, we'll get
Fuck
there,
him.
Dan. We'll
I
get
don't want to
there.
be rich anyway. Hate it.
Right,
Don't,
have you got any sensible questions for us to answer?
don't have any
Actually,
questions. I don't have any questions.
I've got a question for you, McNabb.
Oh yeah.
Dickie Bird told me you were with a certain nutrition company. I don't know why I'm
Uh,
talking like this. I'm not from America.
yeah. Well, it's not become official yet, but
All right, so we got to keep it quiet. I
well,
saw something on your Instagram story. If
no,
it's on Instagram, it's official.
yeah, no, it's just hasn't been. There's been no entrance party. It's going to be some fireworks, some sort of strippergram, things like that in February. I'm pretty sure. So,
All
but yeah,
right, see, it's going to be announced.
I doubt there's going to be announced. But
Basically, you're negotiating your contract
yeah,
for
I'm negotiating my contract.
you see
So yeah,
35K a month.
yeah,
Must be
35 grams
nice.
of whey protein. Discount code in bio. So
So
if
you
you
with
see
DY
me,
now, yeah?
yeah, I'm with DY Nutrition now, which has got some good stuff. I haven't tried all of it. It's definitely changed for the better since it start
It's
came out.
changed the game. That's their slogan. You just got that one, didn't you? Changing. Oh, sorry, is it like change the game or game changer or something?
Um, I mean, I obviously haven't done the induction, so I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I'm going to be up on all the lingo, sound bites soon enough.
Mhm.
But the idea is that they wanted to get back to kind of old school, if you want to, or like hard training and kind of go for that demographic. And Anth threw my name at them, and then they gave me a call, and yeah, still be filming
Yeah, I
some
did see. I just see.
stuff.
I know some freak with a huge back like Dorian Yates, but he was already sponsored. So I put your name forward, Dan. No, when I spoke to Adam, I did say I know some big monster freak who's looking for some sponsorship, and I did speak to him about what hasn't been announced, which I will not say, but I did speak to you about some possible event back end of the year. So we'll keep that under wraps for now.
Yeah, there's some stuff going on. They're doing a big push this year, and so
Yeah,
hopefully there'll be some DY stuff coming to a town near you.
yeah, some proper bodybuilding stuff, which is good to see. To be fair.
Yeah, so that would be good. Um, Other than that, yeah, the Rona. I thought I'd got away with it over Christmas, and then came back, and I didn't. There's been quite a lot of people going on. It's like I don't feel that ill. I don't really have a cough. Like I just feel dead. Like my joints are fucked. Like I feel like I can't catch my breath, and I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah, I was
weak.
literally going to say that. What's the lungs like? Because when I had COVID, my lungs were fucked, and
I
they
mean,
were literally like fucked for like 3 months after as well.
when I had COVID, because I had it twice when people were actually getting COVID, and it wasn't as bad as this, to be fair. Like I feel all right now. It kind of goes in dips, but like waking up in the night, like yeah, just weird, hot and cold, and feeling weird, like
Yeah.
brain fog, like just my brain's mangled. Anyway, not that it was doing great anyway. So yeah, that's that. So that's what's going on here. How's the tricep, Mr. Ant?
It's been pretty good actually. I want to touch some more just for some good luck because this happened last time. I was saying, oh yeah, it's doing great, and then it kind of went backwards again. But touch wood, it's been pretty good. I've been doing some reasonable weight on presses. I'm still having to use machines for presses because, like you say, the tricep wants to like bend inwards. But
Hmm.
I had a good back session today, which really sounds stupid because a few people have asked me, well, how does your elbow affect the back? Because when you stretch that kind of medial head and the elbow, you'd be surprised how much you need your elbow until you don't have an elbow. So I'm still being very careful. I'm not to overstretch everything, but yeah, I managed to do some deads, some dumbbell rolls and stuff. Still can't really do a full rep on a pullover. I've got to do the Leroy way where you kind of use the elbows.
Hmm.
But yeah, touch wood, it's kind of progressing. So fingers and toes crossed, man.
So do you think it was just like the beginning part, the recovery, you were ahead, and then it just kind of slowed down, like, and you're still
No,
kind of on track, or?
this is still way behind. We're talking like Tom tries it in March, beginning of March. Standard recovery is about 3 4 months, isn't it? So we're like 9 months deep
Fuck.
now. So
Yeah, shit,
I
that's
know I kind of heal slower than usual being diabetic and all that kind of shit, but yeah, this should have been fixed a long time ago. It should have been back to normal. When I spoke to Branch when he came to Durham, I didn't actually know this, but he tore both of his triceps fully off, which, yeah, Branch Warrenstein's like, yeah, motherfucker, my bad. Sorry, that was the shittest Branch impression ever. Yeah, motherfucker, my triceps were fine in 3 months, both of them. I was like, oh, well, mine's like, I think mine was about 7 months deep at the time. Like, yeah, man, you want to see a fucking surgeon? So they did send me some quotes for revision surgery, which was still full price. But
oh
I'm just going to hang fire for now. Don't get me wrong, it's still nowhere near right. The elbow's still a bit swole. I personally think there's something in the elbow where they've anchored it on that's not agreeing with my elbow. It's not the actual tricep, it's more the elbow. But until I can get another MRI, which I'm going to do maybe a month's time, because the last one was loads of fluid in there. You couldn't see the elbow properly. So yeah, we'll wait another month. I've been hammering the BPC and TB500, and the same thing's happened again, which happened last time. I've been getting this like,
you got the shit.
nah, it's weird. Like I've got like really bad wind without being graphic, and my stomach makes this weird noise like, oh, oh. That's the best thing I can describe. I'm like, oh. It's like it's weird. There's something weird going on in the stomach. So I'm sure I can put up with that if it's going to fix my triceps. So
Yeah.
I'm hanging in
I mean,
there.
it doesn't sound that bad. A singing stomach could be all right if it gives you a new
Yeah.
tricep.
No, I guess I can't take it forever. I know you can take like maintenance dose or whatever, but I can't take it forever.
What are you dosing now?
Oh man, I can't remember. I used the Biolab stuff, which is like 5 milligrams of each per vial. I think I'm doing like 500 micrograms of each at the moment.
A day.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm doing it 5 days a week. Um, so like a vial kind of lasts me a month type of thing.
A vial lasts you a month.
Yeah, if I put 2 mils of back warrants, 20 days down.
Okay.
So
Is that been advised?
yeah, but just like you see, if I go any higher, it tends to mess up my gut. So I've
All
been
right.
sticking with. I titrated up, then I had to titrate it back down.
Titration.
Yeah.
I like it. Um, I mean, the first thing I saw on Instagram was the new bodybuilding class or female class. I actually instantly forgot what it was called. Do you
Didn't we
remember?
talk about this last week with Zach?
A little, yeah, a little bit, but it hadn't. They've
I
had their
still, I still can't remember.
they've awarded the first like pro card for it, basically. So
All right, I see.
so it's actually like a thing. There is now a pro in whatever the fuck this thing is called.
Is it Fit Model?
Yeah,
Fit Model, something like
yeah, I like let's find out. But ultimately, the girl, looked like she went to the gym maybe once or something. Um, and I just don't really know. I mean, I feel sorry actually for um, yeah, fit model.
Yeah, I did see a comment where someone did a podcast and they said like the IFBB want this class to go back to what bikini should have been. So why didn't they just keep the criteria of bikini the same and not like award the more muscular girls, and it would have stayed the same?
Yeah,
It is a little bit weird, I guess.
I mean, I don't know whether I was looking at the same thing, but in like the early 2000s and stuff like that, the bikini girls were like fairly like muscular, I guess, but their body fat percentage was much higher. But they were like
Yeah,
they had like they were shape, like whereas now they some of them are dry, like they're small, but like
yeah,
they're dry. And actually, if you see them in real life, like they look quite worryingly small, some of them, not all of them.
yeah.
Um, which was like a change that was never what it kind of used to be. The new
I'm
category,
sure it'll filter over into the men's classes as well at some point, and then you're
that's
going to have
that
like
that's what my next
a normal looking guy who's doing the Mr. Olympia. It's weird.
that was my next thing. Like there must be plans in the mix to make like
Probably.
an even more like a watered down physique version because actually some of these physique guys are fucking massive. Like,
Yeah, I said that when I went out to Toronto in 2014. I was backstage with some of the physique guys, and they're big guys. Even some of them had big legs, to be fair. I don't know why they wear the shorts, but
yeah,
yeah, bodybuilding's in a bit of a strange place. You got the whole thing going on with the pro card. What's your view on that, Dan, about the whole revoking the pro card if you don't compete within 3 years and all that kind of stuff?
um, I mean, the thing is that it doesn't actually make any difference to the competitors because you can still be an active member, you just pay. So
Yeah,
if they really wanted to slim it down, like for the whittling down the competitors, they would say you have to compete within a
yeah,
3 week, unless maybe you apply and you say like, "Oh, I've had a horrible injury. Can I have an extension?" Like maybe there's some mitigating
yeah,
circumstances. But if you wanted to whittle down the pro league, as a kind of, oops, we handed out too many cards, um, and wanted to raise the standard a bit, then you would just say, you have to compete, and that would whittle it down, wouldn't it? And then the argument was like, should you take it down from your Instagram bio? No one can make you do
yeah.
that anyway. I mean, actually, like you could just lie and write it in anyway, couldn't you? You'd be a cock, but people have done it, and like they can't force you to take it out of your Instagram bio.
Yeah, I did see a comment from Lee Haney, which I will agree with. Lee Haney, totally awesome. He said, once a pro, always a pro, which I do agree with. And I'm not just saying that because I turn IFBB pro. I don't have it in my name. I don't have like Ant Bales at IFBB Pro. I never have it. And there's nothing wrong with anybody who puts that in there. That's fine. I do have it in my bio, like, gym owner, supplement company, IFBB Pro, all that kind of stuff. And the reason I kind of keep my pro status is because you can put certain expenses through your tax books and all that kind of stuff if you're an IFBB, not a, sorry, a professional athlete, not necessarily with the IFBB. So
You could do it
my,
another.
my food, my anything to do with the gym, related to the gym, any trips that are related to the gym, I can put that through as an expense. So that's kind of where it benefits me to keep my pro status, which I probably will pay the $300 because I'll make that back in a tax return type of thing. Hey, I would love to compete. I did the last time I did a prep was 2016, which I didn't get to the stage. Obviously, if you've seen 100% Nasty, you'll know why. Check a few videos back, you'll see that. But yeah, I mean, I just got injured. I had some surgery that didn't go right, blah, blah, blah. Then I got old. Then I lost my triceps. So it wasn't like I just wanted a pro card just for having the pro card. It just didn't work out, unfortunately. So
Yeah, I mean the you still like Lee Haney. Like if you won your pro card, you were a pro.
yeah.
Like no one can take that away from you. You still were at a level that got you to the next level. And okay, maybe, even if you weren't injured, maybe you weren't the level to go further, but you still did that.
This is what
That
I was saying. Are they going to like email Jay Cutler and say, hi, Jay, he owes 295? Kai Green. I mean, well, again, I don't know if you're Mr. Olympia, probably just like you're qualified for life and all that stuff. But what about like who comes second like loads of times at the Olympia? Let's have a think. Yeah, Kai Green.
Kai
Yeah,
Green's
yeah, sorry,
the
Kai.
number one second place, isn't he?
$295 by another pro. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't give a shit because I'm sure he's rich enough that he's not bothered about a tax return on his food,
Can you imagine the
gym
email
fees and clothes and
response
stuff.
from
Yeah, it'd be
Kai
rather
Green?
long, wouldn't it? It would be like a massive fucking poem or something. Shit.
You're emailing the guy, and he was a kid. He had the scar on his face, and you're looking at him, and you're thinking, you're like, oh, delete, delete email.
Yeah, I've heard some weird stuff about Kai. I remember I went to a seminar at Nick and Amy's place at Monster Factory. Sorry, it was Iron Asylum at the time. And I asked him a question, and like by the time he kind of answered it, I actually forgot what the question was. I was like, what did I ask him again? I can't even remember now.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a very deep individual, we'll say that.
but it's a media. I asked him for a photo at Body Power once, and he just started, and I was like, I've got to go. Gotta go.
Can I just
Sorry.
have the picture? Can I just have
I just,
this? Let
yeah,
me do that. Try to angle everyone when he used to do it at the
yeah,
expo.
just do the
I tried
point.
out angle Flex Lewis at Freeball. I was like, that didn't happen. I was like trying to like, obviously I was joking with him, and I was like, Flex, tell me the secret how you like looks, because he has got a fucking huge forearm. Man, he was like, how do you? He's like, well, you just like lean forward. And then after he's told me that, I was like, yeah, that's fucking. It didn't work with Flex Lewis, unfortunately, with these fucking ball and pins.
Oh, those were the fun days at Body Power, weren't they? Like, I remember seeing the biggest people I've ever seen, and not even bodybuilders, just massive like Germans walking
Yeah.
around. Like, I saw some of the biggest freaks I've ever seen in my life at Body Power. Kind of
One of the
before,
biggest guys I ever seen at Body Power was Fuad Abiad. I saw pictures of him, so he looked big, but to see him in person, he was like full off season. That was a big, big fucking dude. So props to Mr. Fuad. He was a
yeah.
monster back in the day.
Zach Khan was still one of the biggest people I ever saw off season.
Yeah, I never really saw Zach fully off season. He did a seminar at Max Muscle once, and he'd been off training for a little while. I can't remember what he said now, why he'd been off training a little while. And he's like, I'm not really that big at the moment. And he like, took his shirt. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I wouldn't like to see what you're like in like full training type of thing. And the time I went to train with him at his old gym, he was having some back problems and stuff, so we didn't get to train. But I actually spoke to that yesterday. We're going to try and get a session in at some point, as we spoke
In
about
Sheffield.
on this. He's training out of Muscle Fusion now, isn't he? The gym with all the green stuff.
Oh yeah,
He tagged me in a picture the other day because of my ugly asses on the wall, because I did a photo shoot there with Chris Bailey one time. Great gym. Then he said
that
everybody
was
just
with.
trains hard and gets stuck in. It's an old school type of gym, so he loves it there.
I remember that was with Kizzy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember the photos. Yeah, those were epic. That was when I didn't know you. I was like a fanboy.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. I'll send you a signed one for your birthday.
The other thing, because I put it on I did get a question, which was about different brands of equipment and like the differences.
Funny you should mention this, and this isn't planned because I've just literally been messaging a guy there because I'm looking for a preacher curl for Durham and a couple of other pieces. Number one, if you're buying any of the newer brands now, like Prime, etc., the wait list is like 12 to 16 months for one piece of equipment, which is, kind of out of the question, to be honest. And like you say, some of the older stuff that we spoke about, you can't beat some of the old Nautilus and Flex Fitness, and this guy had some Body Masters stuff. So yeah, I don't know why the older stuff is better. I mean, do you know why? Then I've got a gym and I don't know why I know things have probably got a little bit more commercialized and a little bit lighter on the stacks and stuff. Because if you used to use some of the old Panatta stacks, Jesus Christ, they were like fucking heavy as shit. If you find an old Panatta leg extension compared to like a new one, I guess it's just kind of sign of the times, isn't it? Not people are
Yeah,
not training as
we've
heavy.
got one at Trojan that I actually had in the unit at lockdown, and the stack is just mental.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I guess like when it was starting out, you didn't really have options, so you like it was what it was. You didn't have like two leg extensions in a gym or like two hacks or anything like.
Yeah.
That wasn't what it
Yeah,
was.
I was thinking this the other day because I posted a reel on like our leg kit at Ultraflex, and I was thinking, Jesus, man, like my gym, the first gym I trained at, we only had like one leg extension, one leg press. We got like 8 leg press variations, probably like 4 or 5 leg extensions, five,
Mm.
6 hamstring curls. Obviously, I know it's a busier gym, but
Yeah,
each
yeah.
piece is a little bit different. It's not like we've just got the same model of everything. Like you say, there's certain pieces just have different feels to them. Like the Nautilus chain driven stuff's really heavy all the way through. Some of the Cybex stuff just feels different because it's on that kind of not a cable but like a belt.
Yeah, yeah.
And obviously you have the prime stuff where you can kind of change the resistance profile, which I don't really kind of mess around with, to be honest. But
The I think some of the new stuff, I don't know, just feels a bit light. Like even just the
yeah.
amount of steel that they're using, they're skimping on like the tubing and stuff. Like they are getting beat up faster. Um,
Yeah, I mean we just had the repair out to Durham today to repair a bunch of stuff. Again, it's steel's
whereas
expensive now, so
whereas like how you had it painted red, but how many times have you had the Cybex Mark One leg press serviced?
very rarely. The thing that's kind of taking a beating at the moment is the Smith machine, which are the Mark One Smiths are really hard to find. What's kind of annoying me is like people are doing like deadlifts on the Smith machine, or like sometimes when the ladies do the hip thrust, they've got a few plates on there where they don't understand like that bar is not a bar all the way through. It's like a bar with two ends fixed on.
Mm,
So you shouldn't really be doing deadlifts or heavy shrugs on a Smith machine and dropping it down. You know, there's yeah, it's not good for a Smith machine, and they're just ruining it because yeah, the Cybex one's hard to find. It, mate, I used to put like 7 plates on that Smith machine every week, week in, week out, never got repaired. And now we're at Ultraflex. It's getting repaired like every other month because people are slamming the shit out of it at the bottom.
yeah,
Yes, it gets more use because there's more people in there, but the hammer stuff, if you wanted something that was super durable, you'd go with hammer strength because there's literally nothing to kind of repair on or maintain other than the little grease balls on it. But some of that stuff has never even been repaired ever. Like I've got some of the original stuff from Max Muscle, was like 20 plus years old.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Just
mean,
unfortunately, I'm not that keen on hammer leg equipment. Chest and back, yes. Leg equipment, I'll probably go with Cybex.
yeah,
Bicep, triceps, kind of a chuck in the field, isn't it? Really, there's some decent bits of everything.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, hammer for like upper and like Cybex for legs. If I had to pick,
Yeah,
I'm not a great fan of the prime stuff. I like some of the back stuff. Um, but yeah, I'm not a game changer. I usually pick the middle pin. Like if I'm
yeah. I'm just like, I get it if people want to mess around with it with the trainer stuff. I really don't think it's needed for the majority of people. And
well,
like again, like let's say you have like someone like me who had a pec tear, you might not want the machine heavy in the stretch, so you can like adjust it so it's a little
I
bit lighter at the bottom and stuff.
I tell you,
Uh,
Jim Lecco stuff is always really heavy in the stretch on all of it. It must be on purpose. You've got like that chest press.
yeah, that's heavy as shit in the back, isn't it?
Oh, I'm too old to be playing games with that thing.
Yeah, I don't think
Um,
I would even attempt a heavy set on there. Well, especially now with the tricep,
the,
but even on the pec, just like fuck.
and then they've got like a hip press they call it. I swear I just used to call them horizontal leg press, but hip press now since the Rogers one came out, I guess. And it's
Yeah.
just very small and compact. I don't know whether it's because I'm tall, but just
No,
can't.
most of the gym Leco has got a small foot plate.
Yeah,
I think we've only got one piece to be fair, and that's the chest press.
yeah. I don't mind the
Oh,
hack.
sorry, we got the T bar roll, the free bar T bar roll thing, which is a really good piece to be
That's
fair.
cool. Yeah, it's basic as
Yeah.
fuck. Isn't it? Yeah, that is a good one. But yeah, they're really heavy in the bottom. I think it's one of those things where it's like sometimes it's better to have limitations and find your way through limitations than having too much. I think it's kind of better to perfect something, even if you find
Yeah.
out that once you perfect it, it's not for you. But I think people aren't spending enough time on some of the machines. Um,
Yeah, one thing I'm seeing now is a lot of the new tech and that gentleman, what's he called, Mega Mass. There's like a ton of moving parts on stuff. Like I saw like a chest press that had like fucking 8 different levers and stuff on it. The way I look at it as someone who's partners in a gym is like, That's going to take a lot to repair if it goes wrong, type of thing. So yeah, you got to think of that as well. Yeah, it's cool to have some weird looking pieces, but you really don't need anything fancy, do you, Dan? But it's nice to have it. I mean, I'll mix it up on the prime stuff here and there, and that's one thing I say about Ultraflex Durham is like not pimping the gym or anything, but like if you have got an injury, you're going to be able to train around it if you've got tons of different like angles and resistance profiles and all that kind of stuff.
It's definitely something
So
I consider.
it's been like a godsend for me right now, and like I will have to specifically wait for a piece of equipment now because at the moment I can only do certain movements and stuff. So yeah, but
I'm
yeah, I get what you're saying. People are not like sticking with a certain movement for long enough, are they really?
I'm really anal about my setup, especially on legs because I was picking up mad injuries, and so like I've got the setup that I can push, and like I won't move from it. I'm too scared. I'm
Yeah.
too scared.
What about the muscle confusion though, Dan?
Well, I just give it a bunch of arithmetic
You've got to
questions.
confuse the muscle.
Yeah, I do. You know, just a few general knowledge questions at the beginning,
Yeah. We just got to bin that one off, do we? That's fucking bullshit.
or I just turn
The
up on
muscle
camp.
stretches and contracts, and that is it. Like it doesn't know what you're doing. You just find the best movements that stretch and contract for you, and then like kind of rinse them if you like.
I
The only time
turn.
you need to change something up is for a mental kind of refresh, isn't it? It's not because the muscle gets confused.
Well, if it's chest day and you do back, I just switch it up and just turn up, and it's like, oh god.
Shit, we're gonna have to respond now. He's changed it up.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, some people, yeah, do need a refresh of stuff, but like there's not that many ways because I find myself doing this. But it's like, say you're doing legs, well, you want to do some sort of leg extension, you want to do a hip, like a squat variation, and probably a leg press or something.
Yeah.
There's only so many ways you can do that rather than changing the order. Like maybe do hamstrings first, but like there's not a lot to play with there, is there?
I mean, you can get it all very complicated if you like, and like you say, it's a tough one because we've got so many pieces of kit at Autoflex. You can get a bit carried away and do like 14 different movements for legs or something.
Yeah, I do remember if I went to a different gym, I would just do one set on everything.
Yeah.
When I
I
was
mean,
young, I'd say,
when we first got the gym, I was doing all this final, and don't get me wrong, again, all the machines are great. We wouldn't have them otherwise, but I kind of just gravitated back to the same routine I was doing like 10 years prior.
yeah. Um, I probably if yeah when if I was when I was young, I did more free weights, and I did for whatever reason I did find that I got biggest when a larger percentage of my workouts were that.
Yep.
Um,
Keep saying the same old shit, man. This is what this channel's about, banging on about the
you
same
know,
shit.
so you can science me all you like, but I did find that when I moved away into machines for various reasons, that I yeah, I wasn't getting quite so much. Maybe it's because it wasn't as interesting or whatever. I think machines are wicked. I think some of them do what they can't, what free weights can't do because you're limited by just the gravity. But yeah, a mix of both. Um,
I would say over the years, my kind of obviously when you start, you got more free weights because you haven't got that choice. But over the years, I'd probably say 50-50, to be honest.
yeah.
Uh, that's probably a rough kind of guide.
Also, I mean, I've never been a logbook guy because I just remembered the stuff that I cared about. But I definitely cared more about like the lifts if they were free weights. Do you know what I mean? Like I thought about them like all week. Like I'm gonna deadlift this or I'm gonna squat this. Like
Yeah, I did logbook in the initial years. But obviously, I'm not going to logbook now because I'm not even going to use anywhere near the pounders that I used to use. But if I do ask somebody to log something, I will generally. If I said to somebody, "Hey, I want to log something for shoulders," and they said, "Oh, I do like cable side lateral rear delt machine and front military press," you're going to ask them to log the military press, aren't you? You're not going to say, "Oh, yeah, log the rear delt
yeah,
machine." It's just kind of
yeah.
common sense. But you will be surprised at how many people kind of don't see it that way.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. I mean, obviously you want to be progressing at like everything. I don't know. I just had a quite a good memory for it, I guess. That's why I didn't think about it.
I never did the whole thing where you actually take the book into the gym because that would kind of sidetrack me a little. But again, nothing against anybody who wants to do that. But I could never like write the book down in the gym. I would like mentally rehearse them because I didn't do a ton of volume anyway.
Yeah,
Back's
that's
back's only
true.
like 5 working sets,
Yeah,
and
that's true. Yeah,
biceps was like 3 working sets and stuff. So you're not like having to remember a shit ton of stuff if you're a HIT kind of guy.
yeah, that is that. Yeah, I'd actually not even thought about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go remember like five
Yeah,
things.
if you're doing like a main set, back off set, side set, top up, touch up set, and yeah, you're gonna have to have your book out, unfortunately.
Yeah. Um, I was I was talking about health like health phases. I can't remember who I was talking to and like talking about like fitness and how like bodybuilding like isn't fitness. You know, you can
Mm.
try and navigate through it like and be as healthy as you can, but your health phase isn't gonna like it's not a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, I don't call them health phases. I call them pullback phase.
Well, I've never, yeah, I haven't either, but like, yeah, it's okay. Like, you do your blood work and stuff like that, and then you forget about it. But what's your blood work like when you're on cycle for starts? Um, and I know you're looking for like trends of like over time. So like, do get your blood work and do check out. I'm looking for trends. Um, and then Alice said something quite profound. She said, "You're the only fuckers who go to the gym for 15 years to get unhealthier." I was like,
Yeah, I said, listen, honestly, bodybuilding is healthy. Competitive bodybuilding isn't healthy. Weight training is healthy,
yeah,
but
yeah,
competitive bodybuilding is not healthy. Even like shoveling the food in is not healthy. Even that's without the drugs and stuff. That causes a lot of inflammation and ages your body and stuff. So yeah, weight training and all that kind of stuff is healthy,
yeah.
but competitive bodybuilding isn't healthy at all. So, but again, I can still think of a million more things you can do that's more dangerous. I had this discussion today with this is actually a question that I got asked quite a lot since the New Year's, like because I got two natural guys who I coach. They're both thinking of like crossing over to the dark side, all that kind of stuff. What you say, and obviously they're asking for some advice, and it's a question I've had quite a lot on Instagram and stuff on the DMs and stuff. You got any advice for anybody who's thinking about crossing over, Dan? I've got my kind of opinions and advice. I'll let you go with yours first. I'll let you answer this one first.
Well, I mean, I just outlined the kind of the things that were never said to me. Like once you once you pop, the chances are you can't stop. And like,
Yeah,
I don't think I know anyone who's like gone on and done it with that has put it down like properly.
anybody who I've ever spoken to who said, "Oh, I want to do one cycle," it's never ever happened. Unfortunately, I actually said that if I
Yeah.
was hypothetically to take steroids or
Yeah. The
performance enhancement.
so like and also I just say, look, like you might go away with it. Some people smoke 20 a day and get away with, get away with loads.
Yeah,
But you might find that you have to, even when you've stopped, be on TRT forever. And that was
yeah,
not something that was ever outlined to me when I was younger. And just like, when you kind of know like someone's gonna do it anyway. My advice is like, don't.
yeah,
But if you're gonna be a competitive bodybuilder, you want to go and do it, like they probably are gonna do it anyway, then just start fucking low. Like a little bit of testosterone is going to go a long way.
yeah,
And I know like some people say, well, just do like a bit of Anavar. Like that's not like a terrible place to start. Um, but you can make some pretty massive gains off like a tiny bit of test when you start. Also, like age, it depends on the age of person. If someone's like a teenager, I'm like, absolutely no fucking way. You've already got that shit going on
yeah,
anyway. Um, and so yeah, my general advice is like don't. If they're not competing, then don't then my advice is not. But also like, well, what's your diet like? Have you earned the sprinkle on top? Because a lot of people do the gear to just offset a shit lifestyle. And if you could get to where you want to get without using it by clearing up the rest of the shit, you should definitely do that. Whereas loads of people now, lifestyle people, your average guy at the gym's doing it just to offset being shit at everything else. And I think that's the worst case scenario.
yeah. Back when I started, it was literally only competitive bodybuilders who took anabolics. Now it's just like everybody's on a bit of gear, aren't they? It's weird. What was I going to say about it? What was the last thing you mentioned? Yeah, about the kind of sprinkling on the top. I always say to people it's performance enhancement. So if you're not performing anyway, then there's nothing to kind of enhance. So yeah, nail all the other things first. Rinse the eating and the training and stuff, and then you would add that in. But I know guys who have literally started the gym and started a cycle. They haven't even started training. They do like kind of started all at once type of thing. Crazy.
I have had
there's some things that I have changed over the years that I do advise people, just because we have more things available, like blood work and stuff. So I did say to this natural gentleman, he might be watching this, I won't mention his name. I just said, try, if I was you, this might sound really silly advice or weird advice, I would get some sperm frozen, number one. Because he's like, I'm sure he's like mid-20s, and he's like, I don't want kids and stuff. And like, hey, I didn't want kids, and obviously my daughter's the best thing that's happened to me ever. So I've known that so many times where people are like, yeah, I don't want kids, and then later down the line when they're 35, they're fucking devastated because they can't get their missus pregnant and stuff. So number one, I'll get some sperm frozen. Because nowadays you can get that stuff like that done without like any massive expense and stuff. And number two, get some baseline blood work initially, because again, that's easily available now. You might have like naturally high ALT to start with. So that a friend of mine has naturally high ALT, liver enzymes and stuff. We just get some some baseline blood work to work with, and then like you see if there's anything trending that's progressively getting worse. I mean, your liver values are going to go up anyway, and your hematocrit's going to get a little bit thicker. Obviously, your natural test levels are going to shut down, your LH, FSH, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you got to keep an eye on the blood thickness and the kidney function and all that kind of stuff. Your liver's pretty regenerative, but I'm not saying, batter the shit out of your liver. But once the old steak and kidneys go, man, you've kind of filked, aren't you, really? So if you keep an eye on those. But yeah, blood work, get some sperm frozen. And you, like you just said there, start as low as possible.
Yeah, that was one thing that I missed. And actually having that baseline before you touched everything is then your reference point for the rest of your, and it is, I missed that, but that is what
we didn't have that years ago. There was no such thing as blood work. Like
if it was like 800 quid, like it was.
Yeah,
like
there's
you could
many
get it
times I've
done.
spoken to my doctor, and he's just so against bodybuilding. Like my old doctor, anyway. My new one's not too bad and stuff, but yeah, he was a dick. He just like hated anything to do with bodybuilding. I think you should be kind of commended for trying to look after your health. He's not there to judge us. He's there to kind of assist and help you. So if he wants to be judgmental about it, but I actually wouldn't tell you, kind of physician, because it can cause some issues with your health insurance and stuff. I would get private blood work done. You can hire like a doctor for a private consultation for about 60, 70 quid, I think, from Medichecks or one of the other ones. And yeah, I wouldn't tell you your GP as shit as that sounds, because I have known some people who's had some issues with health insurance and stuff. And obviously we are talking about all of this in a truly hypothetical fashion, Dan. We wouldn't advise anybody took any performance enhancement drugs.
No, I mean that wholeheartedly is my advice.
Yeah.
Don't like, and obviously, but you did, and I'm like, cool, but I'm still saying don't. If you do, then maybe I'll advise you a better way of doing it that your mate down the gym. It's like when you ask someone who he comes over the gym and he's like, yeah, Dan, can I borrow you for a sec? And you're like, yeah, he's like, I'm doing a bit of gear. All right, what are you doing? And instantly my head goes, tren and test 400. And they go, well, I'm doing a bit of tren and test 400. I'm like, all right, yeah. Like,
well, they'll say like it's when they get the milligram mix. They'll say, I want 200 mil of tren, 200 mil of tests, and they're like, no, you mean milligram? Oh yeah, like, and then they'll say like, oh yeah, I've been taking like 100 milligram of Clen. I'm like, yeah, if you took that, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
Just when you're on about the doctor thing, so a friend of mine had a bad shot in his leg once. This friend of mine, that milky white stuff, Winstrol, it swelled up. Like I went to the doctors. He went to the doctor, sorry, and he's like, yeah, your legs look grotesque. And like, obviously that's a compliment to a bodybuilder. So I was like, yeah, thanks very much. But yeah, they weren't very helpful at all. Just kind of round upon, and that shouldn't have been an issue.
if you if you get injured as a bodybuilder, you go to hospital, tell them that you play rugby.
Yeah, I say this all the time. If I
100%.
smashed my back and died squatting like 7 plates, you'd be like fucking idiot. But if I fell off a mountain, like climbing a mountain or something, or going around a racetrack at 300 miles an hour on a motorbike, you'd be like, yeah, he died doing what he loved. But bodybuilders are just seen as like idiots, aren't we? Because we just do what we like to do. Yeah, it is frowned upon from every
But
angle.
like,
The kind of
definitely,
public.
if you end up in A&E with a torn pec or whatever, say you play rugby,
Yeah.
they'll have a
Oh,
story
no,
about
I.
that. Oh, my mate Jeff used to play for England, and then you can bond, and they might actually not treat you
Yeah.
like an absolute cunt. But I
Yeah.
tell you,
This
100%.
bodybuilders never accepted, is it? Unfortunately.
That is advice. If you go in and you've like torn both your pecs off and you're like bleeding, you're like, how do you do it? Yeah, bench pressing. They'll be like, yeah, wait there forever, bye.
Yeah. There's not. Did you say there's nothing we can do? That's what they say.
Yeah,
Sorry,
there's
there's
nothing you
nothing
can
we
do.
can do.
You're
Goodbye.
unsavable. You can't leave.
I mean, without being like horrible, like fuck me. Even if it is an emergency, you're in there for like 10 hours. The last time I was in there for 10 hours, and I had some, serious stuff going on. So if you went in with a pec tear, it was like, sorry, goodbye.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, bit of a sad state of affairs, isn't it? Well,
yeah,
not
yeah.
going to our national health system at the moment.
It is a bit scary for sure. I think they're quite good if you like are actually dying. Like they're good then, but the bits in
Mm.
between, it's
I saw something the other day, not to get into the health service and politics and all that shit, because we're not about that, but the average wait time in Wales in accident and emergency was something like 50 hours. This is obviously accident and emergency. Like, there you go. There's a ticket. Like, come back in 3 days' time. Crazy, man. It's not even funny to laugh about, to be
Hey,
honest.
even if you could actually go and get your ticket and leave and come back, that would be bad.
Yeah, that's when I was down there with the whole cracked rib, swollen side thing like a few months ago. I was like, they have the ball and it's like average wait time 4 hours. Then it changed to 6. Then it was 8. I was like, this is just going to keep changing. Like, if I actually knew some kind of timeline, I wouldn't feel like my soul was just getting sucked from my body. I'd have some. I would stay. I was literally like, oh, I'll wait another hour, then I'm leaving. Like, I'm going. And then I wait another hour. Like, it turned out to be like 10 hours in the end. Then I got a CT scan. They're like, yeah, it's going to be approximately 4 hours before we'll get the results. I was like, can I just go home and come back in the morning? They're like, yeah, that's probably the best idea. So,
At
yeah,
least they
it
let you
is, it
go.
is a bit of a mess, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, let's not go down that rabbit hole. But say you're a rugby player, is my advice, because
Yeah.
they always have a they always have space for a rugby player. Um, what was it? Jose called it. They were like just in the whole like fitness bodybuilding thing. Bodybuilders are the bearded ladies. Do you remember him saying that?
Yeah, everybody wants to see the bearded
Everyone wants
lady.
to see the bearded ladies. I mean, obviously, I am a bearded lady now.
I
Um,
haven't heard from Jose for a while, actually. I haven't seen it from anything on Instagram. So I know he's not a big social media guy, so
hmm,
I'll have to hit him a WhatsApp and see what he's up to. Actually, I just spoke to James earlier when you speak to a WhatsApp. We got to take a look, man.
yeah,
Get
shit.
the fuck up. Proper Mr. Hannons here.
Why am I reversed? I'm mirrored. Am I mirrored to
You're
you?
not on my end. No, you're fine. I'm reversed this end. But this
Okay.
actually says Diaz on my screen.
Deaths.
But yeah, I spoke to James earlier. He said he's going to hop on next week if you want to catch up. So
Sick. Join
that'll
that.
make him, what is it? That'll be like 3 weeks out next week or 4 weeks.
Really? Fuck.
Remember, man, that's
I
flown by,
thought he
isn't it?
was seeing the Outlaw. Is he back?
Stefan,
Yeah.
I don't know. From some of his posts, I think he might still be out there. I don't know. Like I say, it was either DM or WhatsApp I was speaking to him, and I say he'll hop on next week. So
All right. Well, maybe we'll get the download.
yeah, I asked him if everything's going to plan. He just said, yeah, everything's going good so far. That's what all bodybuilders say. Yeah, so far so good. But honestly, I know you know what it's like, Dan. At like 3-4 weeks out, you don't want to talk to anybody. You don't even want to speak to your best friend. It's like not in a nasty way. I was never like aggressive or horrible, but like you just inside that, like, leave me alone.
I just didn't have well, I don't. Just don't have the attention span for anything. Like when I
Yeah.
was on prep, I'd like at the beginning of like get agitated, start trying to do stuff or whatever. I'd be like, don't just like play on the PlayStation or something. I was like, I can't look at the PlayStation. I can't like. I mean, you sit down, you get back up, you sit down, get back up, and you're like, oh, fucking, is that the time? Where's the potato? And like, I
Yeah,
just
the aggression was always in there, but it was never like outwardly projected
no,
within the
no,
gym. But it's definitely there, and your empathy level just goes like, "Ugh."
it's
You just
true.
like walk past like a puppy dying in the street, like, yeah, I need a meal.
Yeah,
Sorry, man.
well, yeah, but like he doesn't know what prep feels like. I've had no carbs.
It's not even like it is a combination of that and you're tired of shit, but there's obviously certain things that make you just your brain chemistry a little bit different, and you're
Yes.
just like, yeah, I don't care.
a few, a
Makes
few
you a bit
things.
robotic, unfortunately.
I like, yeah. Usually, I find bridging shows is the worst.
No, what's that? Is this a new term? Bridging shows.
Well, like, well, I don't know. I just you knew what I meant. I didn't know whether
Well,
I
I know
should.
what you mean, but like, you've never put it in that term, like multiple shows. You mean the
Yeah,
holding the condition in between.
I feel like I can cope all right with the rest of it, or saying that probably not, but that's the bit I really fucking hate. I really struggle with
So
that.
what's the ideal scenario for you then, like between shows?
What time wise?
Yeah,
The thing is, it's like I think it's 3 weeks.
yeah, I would say two to be fair. So you get off stage, you have your crap, whatever you want, but then again, everybody on Instagram does the reverse diet and all that kind of shit, which honestly, not many people do it. I see it nowadays. They paint this perfect thing on Instagram and a reverse diet. I say, no, you're not. You're on the sofa hammering some donuts and stuff. Get it out of your system. I know that creates a bad relationship with food and all that shit. Like 90% of people I know have a binge, fill it with water, get it out of your system, then you hop on the diet, get rid of that water weight. But yeah, there's someone who reflects get a bit upset about it. Oh, just straight off the diet and stuff. Don't believe everything you see online. Most of it's a lot of bullshit, to be fair.
What are people claiming that like after their
Yeah,
season?
I just finished my show, so I'm adding in 50 grams of rice today. I'm like, no, you're not. You've had some fucking sherbet dips and some donuts and some pasties. I don't like because they're coming at you with a fucking head like this.
Yeah, mate. I mean,
Oh,
obviously, like people do that. There's a point where you can't get away with it, though. Like I mean, I've done it after a show, and like I eat some shit, and then like a couple of days later, I'm like, fucking, oh, I look much better. Oh, imagine if I'd done the
when the
show
water weight
now,
goes off. Yeah,
or
yeah.
like this, and you could kind of get away with it for a little bit, and then suddenly you look like shit.
You're talking about the post contest kind of like 3-4 weeks where you not obviously not me now because I'm diabetic, where you could eat anything you want and you're like shit. Nothing's even I'm not even getting any fat at all. I just look full as a house. Then all of a sudden you wait one day to brush your teeth and you're like, what the fuck? Like I put like 7 pounds of shit on my lower back. It just
Yeah,
appears, doesn't it, from nowhere?
yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
was he
So
used to say? Like even like 2 days of him eating, it didn't look like he even trained because he would like rebound really bad. He didn't give a shit.
yeah.
He
Well,
just hit him with peas straight away.
some people do. The thing is, isn't it? It's like for people that do put on weight. I mean, for me, after shows, do you remember how I started just losing weight again? I couldn't, so I had
Yeah,
to
I
like
hate you then.
I had to like stop training. Like,
You're that person who loses weight on holiday.
yeah, I'm that
If
guy.
I go on holiday, I put like 25 pounds on just by sitting on the pool and having an extra
Yeah, I
200 calories a day.
I I won't tell you about the holiday that I booked. So.
Oh God, where are you going now? It better not be before your contest. It better be
No,
next year.
no, it's after this block. I am going to go on holiday.
No, you want it. I'll see.
Yeah, but it's a
Where where
deload.
you where you going?
Where do you reckon?
Uh, LA, New York.
Miami.
Oh, Miami again. Sorry, I thought New York for some reason. I was gonna say,
No, I
why would
went
you
to
want to
New
go back?
York and I
Yeah,
fucking
why would you want
hated
to
it.
go back to New York? It's fucking mental,
It
man. It's
was
crazy over there.
absolute. I hated it. It was so shit. But yeah. Oh fuck, I can't remember what I was actually saying now.
And Dorian Yates didn't go on holiday for 45 years while he was training, so you're never
Yeah,
gonna make it, pal.
I did hear that. That's the only reason I'm not him.
55 years anyway.
5 years.
Where's your dedication level down? Come on.
Mate, it's the deload.
He didn't even pull a cracker at New Year just in case he had an injury. Or Christmas Day. He didn't even well, that was it. He didn't have a glass of wine on New Year's Eve because it was leg day the next day. I saw an article about that.
Really?
And supposedly he didn't even pull crackers on Christmas Day in case he pulled a forearm tendon just by mistake.
Oh mate, I oh dear, I'm guilty about it now.
Yeah, you scumbag going on holiday when he's got a show coming up.
Oh
Fair
mate,
play, you're part of the new year, part of the influencer squad.
it's after the block. It's all right. I don't need the time
I'm
off.
actually an influencer now because I had to buy a new tripod because I had to do a video for Ultraflex with our like New Year's deal. We got a
I saw
deal
that.
with it.
How many takes did that take?
Not even joking. That literally those few clips took me like 45 minutes to do. I should have kept some of the bloopers on the phone.
Oh, I told you.
I'm so shit. Like camera thing. Like, I can train and stuff and chit chat here, but when it comes to something serious. But yeah, Kiffy was taking the piss today because I refused to have a gym tripod, like a big. I mean, nothing against anyone who has it, but I just can't. It would just be like a vegan eating a steak. Probably it's just like total betrayal. But I have got one of those little things where you wrap it around the machine like a little mini legs on it. Because we have spoke about this. If we're gonna get these little wankers off the.
Abe, shut the fuck up. What's wrong with you? Thank you.
I'm gonna call it RSPC. Yeah, I was talking to Zach about this yesterday again about these bellends who were like giving all this misinformation. If we're gonna if we want to eradicate them, we're gonna have to put our own content out there and send a bit of a message. I saw some guy the other day. I always get tagged in them now, so I get them sent on Instagram and stuff. Some guy saying, "Yeah, if you take pre-workout, you are a coward." I'm thinking, like I did actually comment to be a bellend, to be honest. I don't usually comment, but I said, hey, like some of the best bodybuilders in the world take pre-workout. Like even back in the day before like pre-workout was pre-workout, Branch told me you pop some ephedrine and caffeine, and I know Doz and them used to pop the ephedrines. Or I remember Ultimate Orange Dan. I kind of just saw the back end of that. That was fucking lethal. But yeah, supposedly now if you take pre-workout, you're a coward. Hey, if you're going to get something that makes you train harder or allows you to train harder, even if you can't sleep for 9 years, you're taking it. I'm actually still quite wired from today, if I sound like I'm speaking fast. Because I speak fast anyway with this northern accent. But yeah, I had 2 scoops of Atomic Bomb and a little bit of nicotine gum. Which for anybody who's rich said, I don't smoke, I've never smoked in my life, but I don't mind a tiny bit of nicotine gum for a little bit of mental focus type of thing.
Yeah, I can't take pre-workout. Can't do it.
Yeah,
every time I come to you, you dose me up, and then we end up doing a weekend of like 95 sessions. I do it as a pre-workout. I haven't slept at all, and it's just the worst. It's the worst.
Yeah, you best stick to like DY's pump. Have they just got a pump product then? Because the Blood and Guts, is it Nox Pump Extreme is pretty dimmy, so be careful, Daniel.
Yeah, no, I have been warned off. Hold on, I need to let the dog out. It's been an absolute fun. Go then, go and kill whatever it is that you. Yeah.
Go kill something, Abe.
I don't know what he's seen.
Your wall's going to fall down in the background. Now people know it's all fake. You're not
it's fireworks again. See, in Ashton, I don't know what it is about living in a chav area, but every fucking day, some prick is letting off fireworks.
Really?
Yeah, it's literally like it's not every day, but it's I reckon it's at least once, twice a week. You hear them I don't know.
I can't hear anything. Obviously, this end it's not that loud. So
can you not hear it?
Maybe if I had my proper earphones and my Rode mic, because I got my Rode mic set up. That after 6 months, I have them in the box. Finally set those up last night. I got a little bit of try to take some training footage myself today. Like I'm just fully off. Like you can see my leg or something. Yeah, I'm not sitting around fucking setting tripods up and taking 20 minutes. I'll grab some candid stuff, but I'm not doing all that shit. I'll go to the gym to enjoy myself, not get frustrated with setting the camera up. So if there's nobody to film it, I'll just stick it somewhere and get the best footage I can, unfortunately.
It's something I need to get onto. I just like, because I'm a bit older, I'm like, none of what I'm doing is impressing me. So
yeah, I get what you're saying. People still want to see it, mate. It is just honestly, people still want to see it. And we joke about that. I was joking with Zach last night because you see the Temple gym footage that I posted on Instagram. I was skimming through YouTube for some reason. It popped up in with Leroy and Fan, and there was a big poster of Zach on the wall when we were doing like tricep push downs. And I said, yeah, we were even doing like filming back in, I think that was like 2012. But we weren't kind of like letting it interrupt our training. Like you can still film without it like messing your training up if I just have someone in the background, whatever. And I was very fortunate to have Mark at Maximus. I would just stick my thumb up. He would film. That was my obligation done for the for Farmer Freak at the time. I had to do like 2 videos a week. I'm sure DY will have the same thing with you, Dan. You'll have to do like X amount of videos and stuff. And you can still do it without it interfering with your training if you've got a training partner in the background, just doing a little bit of filming and stuff.
Yeah, I just need to like get over it. I think once I've done a first.
Yeah, you've been seeing this for 3 years now. Yeah, I'm going to do some training footage.
It's not just 3 years. It's definitely 10.
No, but we have agreed that we have to kind of put some more positive stuff out there, not to get knock some
Yeah,
of this
man.
nonsense off.
Yeah, man.
Actually, I'm going to set you a task. I've actually got a spare Rode mic, and I'm going to send you it because you'll make the excuse that you haven't got a proper audio and all that stuff. We were supposed to do like two YouTube shorts a week, weren't we? So you can do one and I'll do one now. I've got my mic set up. I'll send you the other mic. Hey,
Was it
just answer one question in a minute.
What?
We'll just answer one question. I think a YouTube short's a minute now.
Oh, yeah.
Because Instagram is now 3 minutes, I believe. I've been looking at all this stuff, Dan. We're gonna, like I say, we're gonna take Mr. Beast out within the next
Yeah.
35 years at least. No, I will remind me. I will send the mic because I've got a spare one there. Because now I bought all Rode mics. Everybody said, "Yeah, Rode's the shit one." And I'm like, "Oh, great." So, like, what's the new ones that you gotta buy?
Mate,
It's better than what I used to have. None.
mate, I mean, I taught like audio technologies for 10 years, and the size of the capacitor mics in those, like, none of them are very good. But you're not recording detailed audio. The frequency bandwidth of your voice is not massive. They're all right.
Yeah, it's just when you cock it up with that horrible like rasp, isn't it? Which I actually like. You know, it makes you like kind of roar a little bit. Because we had a few complaints about we did a video with what's it, video rookies you get to me. But like before it was a leg day, and when we were like doing leg curls and stuff, the mic was like, I actually quite liked it. Because the
Well, you
audio
can,
shit, pal.
yeah, you've just overloaded the mic basically, which is you need to set the
Would that
gain
be the would that be the gain, Dan?
as the gain
Yeah, I know
structure.
about all this stuff now. I'm gonna start being
Yeah.
a videographer now.
You've just overloaded it, so it's distorted. So you like distortion. So
Yeah, a
basically,
little bit.
you like dubstep. That's what we've got from that.
No, I don't like that. That's American music. That's shit. Innit? I hate dubstep and I hate garage as well. Shit.
Oh, you hate UK garage, fam.
Can you not remember that there's a video where I'm doing squats with Leroy and he's calling me a greedy, oh you greedy bastard in the background, and it's proper like wow. It sounds all messed up. I actually like that, so that's how we're going to train all of our training footage.
That's
I'm going
it.
to turn the gain right up, so I sound like fucking R2D2
So you're
or
gonna
something.
get the mics and then purposefully make it shit.
Yeah, just to make it more hardcore.
Did you have any questions?
The main one I was going to bring up was the turn from natty or like crossing over. Like we said, ask yourself the reasons why you're doing it. If you are serious about being competitive on the bodybuilding stage, then yeah, go ahead. Do the whole blood work thing. Again, sounds a bit weird. Get some sperm frozen. I'm sure it's pretty easy these days. I actually have a gentleman now who our coach. He's been natural for 8 months, trying to bring his kind of levels back up and stuff, and he's not been successful, unfortunately. And he's pretty devastated, to be honest. So again, just what you want at like 20, 30, 40 is massively different. I know I sound like an old pensioner, but I do remember what I was like when I was 20, 30, 40. It's just totally. I know a girl who said she never wanted kids. She only wanted to be a bodybuilder. You know who she is? She had great potential as well. She kind of stopped the gym and everything. Now she's got 2 kids, and yeah, she could have been in a bit of a shit place, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, when you're young, you're probably not going to listen, but someone should say it anyway.
Yeah, I didn't listen. Like you see, you're not going to listen. I used to be that guy that I should have been old fart. Now I am the old fart, doing the relay and back. So
you've got to try, haven't you?
Yeah, you got to try and give some positive encouragement, Dan.
Here's something that came up. I can't remember. I saw. I think it was a podcast with Jimmy Tonk and probably Nathan Stiles, and they were talking about coaching, and they were talking about. I only got a gist of it. It was like a mini clip from their podcast, and it was talking about like obviously like you're coaching like for results, right? But the people you're dealing with aren't muscles in a petri dish. And kind of what they were getting at was most of the time, or like at least a large percentage of your work as a coach is actually dealing with the person's mentality. And they were kind of saying about like not just having experience as a bodybuilder, but also like life experience. A lot of the young coaches like haven't quite got enough life experience.
Yeah.
like, when the mum of two who works night shifts at the hospital comes home and she doesn't know how to do her cardio, she's getting a reply like, just,
Just
you know,
fucking do it hardcore.
just, yeah, just like fucking do it. Um, like,
Yeah, I do wonder that when you see like, because I have literally seen like people like, Durham, 16 years old, DM for coaching, like, and again, I'm not taking the piss or being a knobhead, but like, you haven't really worked it out yourself yet, so how can you kind of mentor other people?
yeah, because
Yeah, it is.
because it is mentoring, and like, even Arnie was like the power of the mind, master. How good was that? It was like, yeah.
Talented, miss it. That was better than my Branch Warren impression. I've actually spoken to a coach slash PT once where he said one of his clients used to like supposed to be coming in for a PT session. He's like, "Hey man, if I still pay, can we just go for coffee instead?" Like, maybe I wouldn't let them pay me obviously, but I would do it like once or twice. But yeah, hey, I'm on your side, but if that's what you want to do, then I'm not your guy, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Um,
I mean, everyone needs like a certain amount um of like encouragement or like consideration to their existence. But
yeah,
also there's a certain balance. Like if you're competing, you do need to make sure you've got enough space in your life, or at least an insane amount of mental fortitude to like know what it takes. Especially like you get people that are doing it for the first time and they actually can't believe how fucking mental it is. Like it is fucking hard. Like there's a reason that a lot of people get in shape, and it is because
yeah.
and it is because um it's hard.
Yeah, honestly, I know I sound really like this might sound harsh, but like generally you can do all the things if you want it bad enough. Like this time, I'm not trying to sound like Mr. Hardcore, but there's times when I get back from training with Leroy like fucking 11 o'clock at night and got sort of and have to do like treadmill at 1 o'clock in the morning, but I'll still do it. It's like if you want it bad enough, you will do it. And like the years like, oh, well, you won't get enough sleep and stuff. Like, would this sleep have probably done me better? Maybe, but mentally I couldn't like not do that cardio. Just it's a kind of a no,
Yeah, I was
it's a great feeling if you stand on stage and regardless of where you place, if you literally did everything you could or you should have done.
well, yeah,
I would hate to think I was starting. Oh, God, I wish I didn't skip on that diet that day or missed that week's worth of cardio stuff.
hmm. Well,
That's why I
that's
never got upset with any of my placements. To be fair, I did everything I could, and that's where you land, type of thing.
well the thing with that is like I remember what you said. It's like say you fuck up your diet, which actually I haven't done, so I'm clean on that one. Um, but say you fucked up your diet, you haven't like just messed that week up. You've opened the gate to the possibility of it existing, which is one, and also you've lost momentum, and that
Yeah,
I mean that was never like on my radar anyway. But I thought that was like an interesting way of thinking about it. But mine was for like never on prep cheating or anything was just like it doesn't exist. Like it can't.
yeah. My thought process was like, and this is something I still get now. And like, yeah, if it's off season and yeah, you're not getting ready for a contest, but let's say somebody has to have like 50 grams of protein, 40 grams of carbs, and 10 grams of fat, and that's your meal there. And they say to me, "Hey, Ant, can I substitute it for this? It's the same macros." Once you start doing that, it's kind of like you just said there, the mental kind of switch over, and you think, "Oh well, maybe I can switch this meal to this one or this," and it just kind of breaks your mental fortitude, doesn't it? If you can't stick to that, and again, I know opinions have changed over the years, but I always think the best results you get is when you just stick to what you're supposed to be fucking doing. Like physically, would that make any difference? Probably not. But mentally, if you know you can kind of like, oh, I can switch this for that, and it just gets you a little chink in the chain, if you like. If
Mm,
you're supposed to eat steak, potatoes, and some olive oil, eat that, not something that's similar. Because once you
yeah,
start doing that shit, it kind of gets a bit carried away, unfortunately.
yeah. Well, yeah, and like you said, also then you're spending more time if you're given those options. You're spending more time thinking about what you can get away with
Yeah.
than actually just
But I
doing
am
it.
solely talking about somebody who wants to get on stage as big
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
shredded as possible. Not Joan from accounts who, yeah, if it fits your macros, is fine for Joan from accounts.
yeah,
But if you want
yeah,
to get
yeah.
on stage and not leave anything unturned, then yeah, stick to what you're supposed to be doing. You should be able to do that.
Yeah.
Unless you're stuck in a pinch and your cooker's broken or something, you got to substitute. But that's not your fault. That's not you deciding to do this. If it's out of your control, totally understandable. But if you kind of decide, oh yeah, I'll swap this for this. Once you start doing all that shit, yeah, it's not a good sign, unfortunately.
Well, it is, yeah, like I said, it's the kind of worms of you start trying to navigate to the easiest option. And like once you go down that rabbit hole, you start kind of doing it to everything. And then also, if you've got a coach and you're doing that, what they think you're doing and what you're actually doing becomes
Yeah,
so far. You know, it's like someone on a diet, like you put in some extra and you're looking going, well, I don't think they're doing, and they haven't done the little extras. And then the little extras become larger, or you're trying to make compensations and then you get them up, and what you think they're eating is like something because you've made these small adjustments and that they haven't really
yeah.
caught up to. And then you start dieting them down by taking them out. And then it's like at week 4 that what you thought they were doing and what they're actually doing clicks again. You must have had that before.
Well done. This is why I have certain things like if you're supposed to check in on a Saturday and you check in on a Sunday, it doesn't make any difference because sometimes I won't get into the rest of my check-ins till like a Sunday. Somebody didn't check in just because to go. But yeah, it just shows or someone's very like sporadic on the check-in sheet and they're missing bits out and stuff. Like usually the best guys who do the best are like banging everything. If they're supposed to check in on a Saturday morning, they'll check in on a Saturday morning. Like, nah, jokes aside, we kind of have it with a kind of not fucking really weird friendship relationship. But I know what's at your side, and you'll check in whenever. But if there's other guys, if I think, oh right, you're supposed to check in on Friday, and I'm checking on Sunday, like what else are you slacking on, type of thing. You
Well,
know,
I
just
check it
little
on fucking
things.
Saturday. To be fair, I did fuck up this Saturday because
What about last Saturday, Dan? I'll call you out.
what?
You did actually do the video, but you forgot to send us.
Well, I didn't. No, yeah, no, that was Saturday just gone. I didn't
No,
do
the
the
one before. The one before.
what?
Oh, I'm gonna make this as the thumbnail. I'm gonna do your screenshot of your video
Fuck off.
doing a side tricep full off season 296.
Oh, you wouldn't dare.
I'll put that as a thumbnail. Go back through the
You would,
WhatsApp tab.
you wouldn't dare.
Sorry, you did the vid, but forgot to send because I always send over. Hey, everything all right? Not like you not checking.
No, that was
So
Saturday
so
just
you're not
gone.
so you're not checking in. You're going
That
on
was
holiday
Saturday
when you're
just
in prep
gone.
mode.
That was Saturday just gone. It wasn't the week before.
I'll dig it out and I'm going to
It
screenshot
was
it
just
over.
like, fuck off. I've got it here.
I will find it.
Saturday the 18th. It's
So you're
there.
not you're not
Fucking
checking
there.
in. You're not checking in. You're going on holiday when
Fuck
you're supposed
off.
to get massive.
Fuck
What
off.
else are you doing? There's something else. Don't worry, man. I'm
Something.
stalling it off. When the pedal goes down for a prep, you're going to get pulled on everything because
I mean, I'm
the
there.
clock's ticking for you, McNabb. The clock
I
is
don't even
ticking.
I can't even fucking train. I'm shit when I'm throwing a fucking curveball. I will admit
Yeah, you,
that.
you have got the worst immune system ever. I'm
Wait,
diabetic with like autoimmune disease, and I don't get as sick as you.
oh mate,
You're
I'm
always ill.
so like on Saturday, Alice was dead with this Rona thing, and then she was like, "Oh, you got to take the dogs," and so I weighed myself, and I thought and then I went, and then I went straight to PT, which is usually and then I thought I did. As soon as that spat, I'm shit. All of my days need to be the
So
same.
tell us his fault, basically.
It's Alice's fault. No, it's
That's
my
grounds for
fault for
divorce,
being.
then.
I'm so precious. Like, if it doesn't happen at I'd
Yeah.
like.
I'll let you off because I did get a bit of brain fog when I had I won't say the word, the C word.
Yeah, I need everything to be the same when I fucking melt. I'm so shit for having a
Yeah,
curveball.
that's not a bad thing, to be fair.
I'm so like yeah, but you can't. That's the thing is that's really good if you can control everything. But that's not how life works,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah.
I get one thing that throws me off, and I'm like, everything's fucked. It's like my
Yeah, but you
shoelace.
soon get back on the wagon, man. It's all good.
I get like my shoelace breaks, and I'm like, throw my shoes like
I
across
used to be
my
like that. I used to just be mega analytical and way OCD, and being like that isn't really healthy either, unfortunately. So
That
I
is,
have mellowed
yeah,
over the years.
that is me. If I get one thing thrown off, and then I just imagined that I recorded it. I was like, I've done it.
Yeah,
And then
honestly, I'm gonna find this thing like from last week.
it wasn't like, well, it
I'm
depends what
gonna
you call
put it on
last.
Instagram. I'm gonna
What
put it on Instagram and
what did it
tag you in
call
it.
last week? Last week was Saturday, right? The week before is
Yeah.
that. Saturday I didn't
Oh
do
no, no,
anything.
yeah. Sorry, the one before. So oh yeah. The art class Saturday is like this week because like this week's checking one of them.
That's this week. I
So
missed.
the one before, we won before that, Dan. Colin,
So
you
not
help us
Saturday,
out.
just gone.
No, the one before.
No, that's there. It's there.
It's not. I'm going to find
It's
it.
there. I've just shown it to you.
If I'm wrong, so not the Saturday gone.
It's
The one
Saturday
before that.
18th. Saturday the 18th. It's there. It's fucking there.
No, not the 18th. The one before that. Sorry.
How many weeks do you think is in this month?
So this weekend gone, you were ill, so I'll let you off. COVID. Yeah, I just said the C word. Burp. So
Yeah,
the one
and
before.
how many days do you think is in this fucking month, fam? What the fuck are you on about?
Right, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna put it on Instagram. I'm gonna
Wait,
tag you.
Saturday this week was the 25th, yeah? Or like the last one. The
Yeah,
week before that was the 18th. It's there. I'm looking at it right now.
it must have been the one before that because
Oh,
this month
fuck
is
it
whizzing.
out.
But I'm gonna find
Oh,
it, man.
fuck this.
If I don't find it, I'm just gonna go into Photoshop and make one up.
Fuck this. It's Saturday the 11th. You trying to shit me? Put me. Yeah, you put
Ask
me on
ChatGPT. I'll tell you the truth. If I am wrong, I will publicly apologise on Instagram story.
Yeah,
If I'm
fucking
not, I'm gonna
better.
blast you on full belt. How long have we been on, Dan? Been on
Definitely
an
not.
hour 20? Should we
Definitely
shut it
long
down there?
enough.
Because people sort of thinking was arguing about you and your underpants on Saturday morning. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I think that's enough. I apologize. I didn't put enough stuff in the what what the fuck do
Hey,
I
everybody knows we're not going to be serious when it's just me and you chatting shiz.
what do I
But
call it?
yeah, I
I
need to
call it
message Milos. I need to message Milos again. He's going to come on. We've got James due. Still need to message Joe because Joe Bennett, he needs to come on during the week,
yeah,
which is a tough
well,
one to get a hold of Leroy during the week
it
because he's
has
got
to be
like
Lee.
Joe's got kids and stuff.
Yeah, it's got to be elite.
And who else was the lineup? The coach guy who we wanted to discuss like modern day coaching and all that.
Yeah,
Well, how we're talking about we have to erase these bellends from
yeah.
these 17-year-olds telling people that it's cowardly to take pre-workout and
I
don't
mean,
train heavy. And then there's another one, Dan. Don't eat if you're not hungry. Maybe in the off season, in the old days, I was never hungry. If I didn't eat when I wasn't hungry, then I would never eat. You know the deal, Dan.
I'd weigh 8
I
stone.
just saw a video of Sass on today. Actually, we'll have to get Sass back on. It's been a while, but I saw he's on like 7,000 calories right now, and he's like, "Oh, breakfast. Really don't want to eat it, but hey, it goes down."
Yeah, but
I was
Saf,
in the comments, Sass, what you're playing at, you're never going to be a bodybuilder. If you eat when you're not hungry, it's not optimal. So hey, I get it. We have the whole thing of like you do have to pull the food back at certain stages and stuff, but it seems like anytime anybody feels kind of any level of uncomfort is that even a word?
no,
People,
I get it.
if people get uncomfortable to any degree, it's like, yeah, body's saying no. Like, let's pull back.
Yeah, it's a fucking excuse now. I'm sorry, but if you're trying to put on like the amount of muscle that no one should have, your body is going to tell you no a lot. A lot.
Yeah, it's the same in the gym. Don't get me wrong. There's times when I should have listened, but if you're not kind of pushing against yourself in the gym, like if you listen every single time where you felt like you shouldn't have done this, unless you're an absolute genetic freak, you're not really going to reach your full potential, are you? So
Nothing that got me anywhere, like in the gym or eating, like in the kitchen, felt like I should do it. Like
yeah, it's kind of like anything in life. Sometimes I don't want to sit at my desk at 2 a.m. because I should be in bed at 10 o'clock. But sometimes you just
who's
got to bite the bullet.
who's saying this shit?
Yeah, it's got to get to bed, Dan. It's got to get your 10 hours sleep and your journal done and your
Oh mate, but mate,
cold shower and stuff.
these fuckers are like that are worrying about fucking fatigues, like and like 10 hours sleep. They weigh 8 stone and they're like 20. You don't need
Yeah,
fucking sleep. When I was
yeah. I was
20,
never tired when I was 25, like a
mate,
machine. Yeah,
mate, like you do need to worry. It's like the thing with all this advanced training stuff, like it's advanced and everyone's skipping straight to maximum advanced, like do your loads, like optimal, like listen to your body. You don't know what your body's telling you. Fucking 12.
I don't think I had a deal for like 15 years.
Yeah, mate.
And
I
again,
didn't
I'm
have
not saying that's smart, but like generally
no,
you can push a little bit harder than you think you can
mate.
sometimes. I think.
I didn't know I didn't have a deload till 2018. Should I have done? Yeah, probably. But I
Yeah.
did all right. And go and find out what it feels like when you actually need a fucking deal, because you fucking know. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if you weigh 8 stone, like soaking fucking wet, you don't need a deload. Like you've got no muscles to recover. You aren't going to get CNS. Like you don't need 10 hours sleep. Go and get a fucking job and fucking earn some money. Because later on, you might
Yeah,
actually.
I used to do a pit round, milk round, go to work, like, up all night doing whatever when you're younger, Dan. And
Yeah,
then I
like
would still train the next day.
mate, you don't need
Yeah.
to. I used to, yeah, teacher training. I'd work in the doors at the same time. I'd have to train at 5 in the morning. Like it was
Nah,
fine.
you should have skipped it, Dan. You should have stayed in bed, got the
Oh
extra
yeah, that would have
sleep.
been really good. Mate,
Then you would have had your pro card by now.
it's almost
But
as
then
much.
again, you keep skipping check-ins and shooting up on holiday,
Fuck
so.
off, mate. You're gonna wait for your apology. I want it on your
Oh,
knees.
Jesus, do I look red? I'm so fucking hot from this. I had some pre early on. I'm on fire.
Oh, you're holding it quite
Oh,
light. It's like you've got a bit of a golden tan, to be honest.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I may have had some tanning
Oh, that's
modules.
why. Blaming
Yeah,
it
I
on
was
the
ordering some
pre-workout.
I was ordering some PB 500 anyway, so like, yeah,
Did
we'll get a bit of winter tan on.
I did the tanning jab.
The one you just go red though.
No, yeah, I'm recording.
Sorry.
What do you want?
Ellis, last time you put the air fryer on.
Yeah.
I'm not having this every week. Disgusting.
Alice said she thought we were having
Stop taking your husband on holiday because he's losing gains as well. Grace.
I blamed my check-in my miss on you as well. Sorry. Yeah, it was your fault. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah,
Your fault.
you'll get divorced, Dan.
Oh, mate. I'm gonna
So
like.
you were saying about your golden tan.
Yeah, just go muddy.
Yeah, if you take too much, you go like a kind of a
Yeah, but
mahogany color.
like I'm like ginger. Like this is not supposed to be
Obviously,
tan.
I'm quite dark anyway because I've got some Italian heritage or whatever. But I remember I was at a spa once and I heard someone say, "Oh, that big black guy." Like, nothing against black people, but I'm not black. I'm just like,
No, that's just a fact.
then I was just like, "What's so big?" I hit the side chest in the spa. Boom. I didn't do it at all. I
There
really
was,
didn't.
in fact, there was a guy around here who was a bit naughty, and he used to sell various things, and he was on the run. And there was a thing on like like local Facebook, and it was like
Black
many,
person when he was white.
yeah, it was like many police. There was a very large Indian man running like just a white guy,
God.
and he just completely, and he like dyed his beard as well. He had like his mugshot, and yeah, he did.
Yeah, so if you're on the run, you just got to take lots of Milano.
Yeah, he tried to like.
A
Yeah,
friend of mine who's ginger, his beard, like really like red ginger, his went black. He took some obviously before we went on holiday, something burning and stuff, and he literally did it like, Wayne was like, where have you gone? Like he was like a different person.
to be fair, when I did do it and I went to Miami the first time, because I tried to get a base tan for the show, which didn't work. But I didn't wear suntan lotion the whole time, which is obviously like bad. But yeah, it did help me out then. I tried to get tan for my wedding. That didn't
It's
work.
like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, just bits of face like dripping
Do
off.
do you, Freddy Krueger, take it?
Do you not
I
find
was
it
going
makes
to
you
say
feel
Alice
sick?
McNabb. Obviously, her name wasn't McNabb at the point.
Not at the time, no. Did you? Don't you make you feel really sick?
No, I just take a tiny bit before, but literally, like, let me think what I'll take. Like 20, what is it? Even 5 milligram bottle? Is it 10 milligram bottle? Probably like 20.25. No, I'm getting this wrong here. Sorry. Literally 8 micrograms worth of it. I
I
literally,
actually
it
don't
doesn't
know.
make me feel sick. A friend of mine years ago, when I first came out, he took a full bottle in one go. I
Whoa!
won't say the name, and he literally had to go to hospital as well. He was
Actually,
constantly like vomiting and stuff.
wow.
I don't think you know him, actually. I'll tell you the name afterwards. But he took 10 milligram in one go.
Fuck.
But yeah, he had some slight nausea from the Milano tan.
Wow. Did he get a massive
Again,
boner
don't take this at home, kids. Yeah, I'll tell you about that later, actually.
then?
No homo. Go on. That's why I had to go to hospital, actually.
No, come
Don't do
on.
that. Don't do that at home, kids.
Come on. He had to go to hospital because his boner was.
I'll tell you the story. It's not suitable for YouTube.
Of
So.
course it is. Come on.
It's not. No. I'll tell you afterwards. Remind me. What I'll do is after this podcast, I'll find the week that you didn't check in on WhatsApp.
Well, that's not happening.
I'll flame you online, and then I'll post a picture of that guy's penis in your DMs. It's very like brown penis. Right, it's getting childish now, Dan.
That's what we're here
Plus,
for.
you're probably due to eat anyway, so.
Yeah, probably. Yes, in fact, definitely.
I'm team dad, but I don't know. I can just eat when I want. Can't eat when I'm not hungry now. So.
Eat when you're hungry. That's how you gain.
Actually, no. I've kind of ramped things up a little bit. I'm bumping the food up.
Really?
The training's going a little bit better. Touch wood. I think we might do a little. You know what? Quickly, I saw a picture of a video of Dennis Wolf a few weeks back, and obviously I'm not in that space where I'm going to be getting on stage anytime soon and stuff. But he was looking shredded, man. I thought, yeah, that could be a new type of goal. If you can't get massive, just get absolutely shredded. So
yeah,
you can keep the tricep hanging on.
I saw that because he had the same neck figure as you, didn't he?
Yeah, he's got the same C4. Mine's C4, C5, which kind of makes the right side a little bit weak. But he have his have some surgery as well, and it went
Yeah, they went through his throat.
Yeah, that's why I chose not to have it, to be honest. Anytime I hear anybody having like C-spine surgery, it very rarely goes right. I know a girl who had it done. I know a gentleman at Ultraflex Durham, he had it done, didn't go right. So yeah, I just hung off, and my right side's probably 80-85% kind of back to normal now. Took many, many years, unfortunately. But yeah, I can remember I couldn't even curl like a.
Yeah.
I literally couldn't curl like a 2.5 kilo dumbbell or anything.
Yeah.
My right side just withered away. It's crazy.
Do you remember Adam Ledner?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had.
Yeah, he had his really bad, didn't he? Didn't he fully recover though?
Yeah. That when we saw him and he was training, he'd had it for like a few years. It worked on him.
Yeah, it must be rare then, because most cases I hear is like, oh shit, it didn't go well. So yeah, I wasn't prepared to take that risk. I just feel bad from any surgery, so I wasn't going to take that risk. And luckily, it's not too bad. Like kick off now and again with a bit of pain, but nothing like it was in the initial stages where I was like walking around like trying to lift my head off my neck and sitting with one of those collars on. I remember when I did it, I was doing some. This is the tip, guys. If you know the hammer strength shoulder press, like presses up and back. The seat was a little bit too high.
The one that goes forward.
The one that goes kind of back, the hammer strength one.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
So I had a decent bit of weight on there. And I kind of had the seat a little bit too high, so it was like down here. And I came down there. I felt like a little nip in my neck. I was like, "Whoa, that was like wasn't pain, it was like a nip, like like a hot sensation." And then dickhead, decided to do some 100-kilogram dumbbell shrug afterwards. And then the next time I went to gym biceps, it was just like, yeah, it was like nothing there. And then my rear delt kind of melted off, and so I got all this weird pain in the neck. But yeah, but Dennis does look really good. I mean, I don't know how old Dennis is. He's got to be like 50-ish, maybe.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah.
Maybe I'll get shredded and get a hair transplant, like Dennis Wolf. Start speaking German.
I saw, because I did see it. Actually, he is the same age as you.
200.
Yeah. 1978.
No, I'm 77, so I'm older than Dennis.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm 48 in June, Dan.
Fuck off. Are you really?
Yeah.
How did that happen? Are you sure?
I don't even want to look into the screen. Honestly, I do apologize. I keep turning up like an absolute tramp as well. I actually had a shave last week. Now I'm just like back to podcast tramp. But sorry, I finished the gym. Literally went to the school. Spent some time with my daughter.
Are you apologizing about your with me here?
Yeah, but yours is kind of, at least yours isn't all grey and shit.
It's not. It's fucking horrendous. I got Ellis to cut my hair. Well, that's where I'm at. It's just fucked it, right?
I don't have that issue. I just get the old skull shaver on it.
I need to get one of those. All right, let's call it a day.
Yeah, I'm literally gonna go on there now. I'm gonna post it in about 5 minutes. So it'll either be an apology or you're gonna get bursted on full blast.
18th, mate. It was there.
Right, I'll see you at some point soon, regardless, Dan.
All right, mate. Easy now.
Take it easy, man.
Yeah.